Bro, your brain has a hidden physical mechanism that you can trigger right now, and it actually changes how you process the world around you. Wait, what? It's not magic, it's biology. We're in the lab today to show you how to start swapping out the hardware you're currently stuck with. Think of your mind like a video game character. Most people play their whole lives with the same base-level stats: average focus, average mood. They don't realize they can actually access the dev console and manually override their own settings. That override is called neuroplasticity. It is the physical process of your brain growing new connections and pruning away old ones. It's like a foam that can reorganize its own internal circuits to run faster and smoother depending on how you use it. When you don't use this process, your brain stays like the image on the left, tangled in old habits and glitching out. But once it's rewired, it looks like the one on the right, a system built for high-speed performance and better reactions. VO1. By following a specific 5-step routine for just 5 minutes a day, you can physically thicken the neural pathways that control your mood and your focus. This isn't just a feel-good trick. You are literally building a more efficient engine in your head. Welcome to the workstation. To start the rewiring process, we have to force your brain out of its comfortable autopilot mode. We need to create a little bit of friction to wake up the system. Step 1 is Alt Control. Pick one simple thing you do every day, like brushing your teeth or scrolling your mouse, and do it using your non-dominant hand today. Your brain hates this because it's inefficient. To figure out how to move your wrong hand, your nervous system has to scramble. It forces brain cells that usually ignore each other to start building a physical bridge so they can communicate. It's going to feel super awkward, and you'll probably mess up. But that clunky feeling is the signal that your brain is actually carving out a new physical path. No friction, no growth. Once the hardware is awake, we hit step 2, the plot twist. When you catch yourself having a negative thought, like, "I'm going to fail this," you have to immediately say a different outcome out loud. Just say, "I might actually do great." Negative thoughts travel on these thick, easy-to-use dirt roads because you've used them for years. When you speak a different outcome out loud, it acts as a physical roadblock. Your brain is forced to stop and pave a brand new road to get around the interruption. By using your wrong hand and interrupting your own thoughts, you're taking manual control of the system. You're showing your brain that you decide which paths get built. Construction is expensive. Building these new neural connections takes a massive amount of biological energy. If you want the update to stick, you have to provide the fuel. This is step 3, the 60-second power-up. As soon as you get out of bed, you need a high-intensity burst of energy. 60 seconds of jumping jacks, shadowboxing, or running in place. This movement triggers a release of dopamine and floods your brain with fresh oxygen. Think of it as delivering the raw materials, the concrete and steel, that your brain needs to build those new roads we talked about. You'll know it's working when your heart rate goes up and that heavy morning fog in your head disappears. Without this 60-second jumpstart, your brain doesn't have the chemical resources it needs to maintain the physical changes you're trying to make. Now we have to adjust how you see the world. By default, your brain is wired to look for problems and threats because that's how humans survived for thousands of years. But in the modern world, that just leads to constant stress. Your brain uses a filter called the reticular activating system, or RAS. It's like a search engine that decides what information to show you and what to hide. Step 4 is the save state. Every evening, write down 3 tiny things that went well. It can be as small as "the bus was on time" or "I liked my lunch." Doing this manually reprograms your RAS. You're training your internal search engine to look for wins instead of problems. Over time, this lowers your baseline anxiety because your brain is no longer hyper-focused on threats. But there is a catch. All the work you did today, the new roads, the oxygen, the focus, is still temporary. You have to lock it in before the day is over. Step 5 is the system reboot. 30 minutes before you sleep, put your phone across the room. No scrolling, no blue light, no exceptions. Your brain only clicks save on new neural pathways during deep sleep. As you sleep, those fragile connections you built today begin to solidify and become a permanent part of your brain structure. But if you look at a screen right before bed, the blue light tricks your brain into thinking it's still daytime. It stops the save process immediately. the pathways dissolve, and your hard work is deleted. This whole routine only works if you protect your sleep. That's the only time the software update actually installs. You've finished the run-through. You now have the exact sequence to start shifting your mental baseline. Here is your daily log. Step 1, use your non-dominant hand. Step 2, interrupt negative thoughts. Step 3, 60 seconds of movement. Step 4, write down 3 wins. And finally, Step 5, phone across the room. Take a screenshot of this list right now. Set it as your lock screen so you have the reminders ready for tomorrow morning. If you hit these 5 buttons every day, you will physically change how your brain reacts to stress and how it focuses on goals. It's a dynamic system, and you're finally the one in control. Let's get to work.